Looking for a warm preamp overdrive? Look no further. The Acheron V2 might just be the right pedal for you. Welcome back to the Weather Base. Yes, the Acheron is a perfect example of how a warm preamp overdrive should sound like. We tested the Echidna about 6 months ago, and this overdrive sounds a lot brighter. It also has a boost function on the side, but in the form of a mini switch. Check out the review if you haven't seen it already. I'll leave a link in the description box below. So sound-wise, there is a big leap between the Echidna and the Acheron. That, according to DPFX, combines the signature sound of a famous Sansamp pedal with the bass and treble EQ styled after a Ampeg B15 amp. That affects only the wet signal, by the way. The individual dry and wet volumes allow you to decide with precision how much of each signal you want to blend in. Boost can be used individually and affects both dry and wet signals. The gain ranges from almost transparent to medium, and from medium to high when boost is engaged. The saturation sounds warm, it growls, and there's a massive amount of low end if needed. Sweet. Also, this pedal can run on 9 or 18 volts. And for this demo, we used it on 18 volts for slightly better headroom and more control over dynamics. Before we continue with another song, a quick word about the Simplifier bass station. We're not using its preamp, only the Acheron with a 60% blend of analog capsim. The two signals blend beautifully. Add a touch of low-end growl and treble bite, and the sound instantly becomes more organic. Many of you know that I like to test overdrive pedals with the volume and tone of the bass guitar as low as possible and turn the gain of the pedal up. With these settings, the Acheron had very little hiss and remained very dynamic. Lovely. Time to spice things up. As you will hear, it can do modern tones. But this pedal is better suited for more vintage and laid-back rock, even groove or rhythm and blues, for example. I guess it has to do with the texture of the saturation. Yes, I could have added more dry signal, but I wanted you to hear the wet signal with these settings, less bass and more treble. Okay, surprisingly, this pedal can doom quite well if you ask me. Listen carefully to the string attack and the note transients. Pretty good. So I hope you got a pretty good idea of why this pedal is such a great always-on preamp overdrive to warm up your sound and give it some low-end growl or even bite with the boost on. Actually, if it would have a DI out and an effects loop, for example, this could be a great alternative to the Sansamp bass driver DI. And if you don't need the DI and you're after this kind of sound, then look no further. It's handmade, hand-painted, it's affordable, it's well built, it feels solid, and it looks good. That's all for me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Give it a like if you enjoyed this video. Bye.